So Infinity War is out, and I've seen it once. I was gonna see it again this week, but plans changed, and so now I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. There will be no spoilers in this video because I am not one to spoil movies, and I'm sure there's a lot of you watching this who haven't seen the movie, but the whole Thanos demands your silence thing, I'm pretty sure that hashtag is out the window because I've seen so many spoilers on Instagram and Facebook and even on YouTube, so... But just know, this is a safe place. I just gotta say that the movie... It was a great movie. It is probably one of the best Marvel movies that has come out. There are at least 23 superheroes in the movie. And that's not even all of the Marvel superheroes that are out in the MCU. Because there are some heroes that aren't in Infinity War. I'm not going to say what ones. But you could probably tell if you look at the trailers. But knowing Marvel, their trailers do deceive you. Infinity War is probably the biggest deceiver. Just because you watch the trailers and then you watch the movie and you realize they were definitely hiding some stuff from you. So this movie was probably the biggest shock that I've had to me. Movie-wise, but I do have to say from the beginning to about the middle of the movie and a little towards the end, I was thinking, this is an amazing movie, I love it, this is the best thing ever. But then towards the end, like the ending is where I was like, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen next, what's happening, or it's hard to describe things without spoiling. So, I was basically on the edge of my seat, and Infinity War had a very, it had an ending that you would never guess. Unless you see a bunch of spoilers. Then you would be able to guess it. But, it's very awesome. All the characters were all introduced at the right times. Some I wish had more screen time, more jokes, or more lines, but they were all introduced perfectly. There were some very interesting concepts, and there's even some actors that weren't superheroes or supervillains, but just side characters in the film that I thought were very nice to see. And I'm not gonna say the one character I was very surprised to see, just because I feel like it might be a nice surprise for all of you. But this movie was amazing. Spider-Man is one of the biggest reasons why I watched it, and Tom Holland was amazing in it, and the ending, it's like, never has a movie shocked people more like this. I came out of the theater with Eminem, just completely flabbergasted, and the movie is 2 hours and 40 minutes long, and so I had a full bladder. I had a pretty big drink, but it was pretty shocking. Oh man. I have never cried as hard as I did in that movie, or in any other movie except Infinity War. The last movie I cried in was The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Now you're probably wondering why this isn't on my wall, since it's a poster. Well, I accidentally swatted it down, killing a bug, and I ripped the sides. It's so tough not spoiling anything because I want to talk about the movie more. But I'm probably not going to say anything until it's out of theaters and out on DVD probably. I don't know. I mean, I'm not spoiling Black Panther yet or talking about what goes on in it. Another amazing movie. Probably Spider-Man Homecoming, Black Panther, and Infinity War are probably the best superhero movies that have come out this year so far. Deadpool comes out next week, though. Yeah, so in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, I cried during the, and I'm not afraid to admit this, but I cried during Gwen Stacy's death. The characters just portrayed it so well that I actually felt for them. And so, in Infinity War, they went above and beyond that. Like, I could not believe how amazing that movie was. And now, I'm not saying someone dies. No. Just because I compared it to Gwen dying, don't, like, get it twisted. But it's an amazing movie. I definitely recommend you go see it. After I saw it, I was definitely nervous to go watch it again. Still haven't seen it again yet, but I don't know. It's one of those movies where I've heard it's better the second time, since I know what's gonna happen, and I can actually go in depth and look at all the Easter eggs and stuff. And there are some stuff that I found while watching it the first time, but yeah, I always make sure I watch a movie at least 2 times before I give a full opinion. But I feel like with Infinity War, just seeing it once is amazing. It's like every DC fan always says, oh, well, oh, did Thor Ragnarok do very well in the box office? Well, it doesn't matter because we had The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight did the, it's the best DC movie out there. What has Marvel got? We can now reply with, we have Infinity War. The biggest box office opening, I believe that's what it was. But the biggest opening for any movie. It's always superhero Marvel movies. I can't remember who made me realize that, but that is a reoccurring thing, and I just feel like superhero movies have the biggest fan base. I highly recommend Infinity War to all of you to watch, even if you're not big on superhero movies. Just the cinematics, it's all pretty great. The theater I went to, though, I'm gonna rant a bit. The theater I went to with Eminem to watch Infinity War, we were getting close to the end of the movie, and, like, probably the transition from the second half to the third half, but this projector behind us, like, quick side note, we showed up to the movie a half hour early so that way we could get good seats, and we were actually the first ones in there. And the workers there thought we were a little crazy for doing that, but it's a Marvel movie. It's worth it. But something went wrong with the projector. So the whole screen, the whole room went black. We couldn't see anything but the people running behind us out into the hallway so that way they could go get a bathroom break. And we were all just like, what's going on? I can't believe this. This is terrible. And at the same time, we couldn't see anything, but we could hear what was going on. So it was just really crazy and messed up. The lady next to me was saying, oh, well, free popcorn for everyone. And I thought, yeah, we should get something for free. Maybe a little bit of our money back, but luckily they did get the picture back up, and they rewounded the movie, but they rewounded it way too far. So I would have gone back like a few minutes before the screen went black, but they went probably towards the middle of the second half, maybe a little later, but it turned the 2 hour 40-minute movie into probably a 3 hour long movie for us, and it was a pretty hot room. Because I had a box of Junior Mints, and they all melted at the bottom of the box, and I was struggling to just get one of them out. That's all I'm really going to say for Infinity War thoughts. Now, I'm not going to do any concerns or predictions, because I feel like that will lead to a spoiler. So, I also just want to say as a quick side note, hopefully this doesn't reveal anything, but for the ending, Tom Holland, he did his part all, it wasn't scripted. So it was all him, and I just gotta say that was an amazing performance from him. I really want to talk about his performance more, but another time, I guess. So, everyone, please rate, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and go see Infinity War. It's an amazing movie, and yeah. Have a great day. Bye. My ticket.